Hi, let's start today. I think it is the first video that I will be making here. But before starting, let me make it very clear today. This video will be about newspaper reading. I am picking up one particular topic. I think I will try to make a video on each topic, and here what I will be discussing is that I will be giving you a full insight of the story of the editorial, and not only that, with that I will be also discussing about the English language, okay, that is used. Okay, so both of them I'm going to cover. I don't think you have seen any video on YouTube where both of these things have been covered extensively. So let me make it again very clear to you what I'm going to do. I think it will be a unique adventure. Initiative taken by me only. Here we are going to discuss in depth the subject. It could be of economics, it could be of geopolitics, or anything which I will be picking up to my choice. And second thing that I'm going to do here on this video is that I am going to highlight important words and expressions that are used here in English language, so that not only your idea of the topic is clear, but also the language sense is also becomes very clear. So both of these things I'm going to make clear for you. So let's get the ball rolling. But before that, please subscribe to my channel. It's a unique initiative, as I'm saying. Please follow my channel, and I will be giving you all these things. So I'm not going to disappoint you. So it's at the very outset I'm saying. Now, today's newspaper, I have picked out this topic. This says, using Ukraine as a bellwether is a path to tragedy. Here, the first word I think you are not acquainted with is the bellwether. Bellwether is something is that following the train. You will be understanding what does it mean, but it basically says if America uses Ukraine as a trendsetter, as what they are doing now to Russia, if they continue to do the same thing with China, the result may not be similar. The result may turn extremely tragic for the world. That's the idea. But let us now read one by one line. Okay, there is much sound and fury around Ukraine these days. Okay, but it is becoming difficult to decipher the truth. So it's very difficult to decipher the truth means to decode the truth, what the truth is. Okay, in हिंदी में हम बोलेंगे अभी यूक्रेन में जो चल रहा है उसमें क्या है कि the truth को actually decipher करना, decode करना, उसको completely secret अपने जो untangle करना बहुत difficult है. ठीक है? क्यों? What is not disputed is that Ukraine is indeed engaged in a struggle for existence. So ये तो सही है बात कि यूक्रेन स्ट्रगल कर रहा है एग्जिस्टेंस के लिए, बिकॉज रशिया इज थ्रेटनिंग यूक्रेन्स बॉर्डर. दैट्स ट्रूथ, राइट? सो वही बोल रहा है, इस पर यूक्रेन इज बेसिकली स्ट्रगलिंग फॉर एग्जिस्टेंस. नॉटविथस्टैंडिंग मींस इन स्पाइट ऑफ, नॉटविथस्टैंडिंग मींस इन स्पाइट ऑफ, ठीक है, और डिस्पाइट. सो यू कैन रिप्लेस डिस्पाइट, इट्स हेरोइक स्ट्रगल मींस इट्स मतलब यूक्रेन का. There is a slow realization that the Ukraine war is approaching a stalemate. मतलब ये कहाँ पर भी नहीं जा रहा है, ठीक है? It's not going anywhere. It's going to, it is actually in a stalemate condition. It's a condition where it's a point of no return, as we say. Okay, a completely impassive. Okay, it's a sense, synonym of stalemate is impassive. IMPASSE. Okay, for your knowledge. Now, in current reckoning, it would seem that matters can only go downhill. मतलब इधर से खराब ही होता जाएगा from here, as Russia appears intent on employing enhanced aerial attack, because as you know Russia has been employing different tactics aerial. So there could be hypersonic missile, other missiles that are going to be launched against Ukraine. So these are the things that are going to increase only. So that is said here. Russia appears intent on employing enhanced radial attack, which includes the latest hypersonic missile. So the hypersonic missile is something which actually has a velocity 5 times more than the velocity of sound. Okay, that means 5 Mach, you can say. So this is something which you should know. Now, to subdue Ukraine, to actually pressurize, to suppress Ukraine. Consequently, while applauding the heroism of Ukrainian people, serious attempts are being made across Europe. This includes France, Germany, United Kingdom, on how to bring about an end to the war. So there are all these countries like France, Germany, United Kingdom, as you say. So these countries are trying their hearts out, okay, to bring about an end to the war. Bring about an end means to end the war. इसको खत्म करने के लिए. Neither side is likely to claim a decisive victory. कोई भी साइड ऐसा नहीं है जो एक decisive victory claim कर सकता है. Decisive मतलब है जो एकदम निर्णायक victory. अभी भी कोई साइड claim नहीं कर सकता because ऐसा it's a very slow battle. Okay, because neither side is claiming huge territory. So that's the problem here. Anyway, let's move on. And any expectation that Russia can be compelled to withdraw from areas where it made initial gains are considered extremely remote. ऐसा भी नहीं है जहां पर रशिया अभी भी कब्जा जमा कर बैठा है उधर से हट जाएगा. So it is also, so that means what? A stalemate kind of a condition, right? क्योंकि जहां पर रशिया है उधर रशिया रहेगा. So nobody is going to compromise anything on, particularly on land. So वही लिखा है इसमें, the initial euphoria मतलब जो एक अच्छा वातावरण था, मतलब एक joyful environment था. Euphoria मतलब joyful environment seems to have been replaced by battle fatigue, and with the Ukraine imbroglio beginning to be viewed as a US-backed NATO proxy war against Russia. So what it said is that जो initially जो euphoria था, मतलब एक joyful situation था यूक्रेन के लिए, वो अभी replace हो रहा है battle fatigue के साथ, because these battle have been going on for over a year right now. So, and still it is continuing, still it is raging. So that's why these Ukraine imbroglio means this complicated, embarrassing situation that's still continuing, that's still ongoing, is beginning to be viewed, particularly Russians elites, Russian society is now beginning to believe that this is an US-backed NATO proxy war that is launched against Russia. That's it, okay? European leaders are at present engaged in finding ways and means to bring about a ceasefire and then in perpetuating the conflict. And European leaders are also trying to their abilities so that a ceasefire can be negotiated, a ceasefire can be made, so that this conflict cannot be perpetuated, because it is, it seems like this continues to be another year of conflict. So that needs to end, because for an overall well-being of the globe. So what will be the impact on Europe? That's the second thing, second paragraph. Several other reasons can also be adduced, mentioned for Europe's current mindset. First, despite the general supply of the state-of-the-art weapons from the United States, Europe is painfully aware that it remains entirely at the mercy of NATO and the US today. So that's the problem, that's the catch-22 situation for Europe. Catch-22 means a completely embarrassing, perplexed situation where they don't know where to go. They are at a fix, as we call. So they are in a catch-22 situation. They are at the mercy of, note down this particular expression, at the mercy of. मतलब उसके मर्सी में है, नेटो और यूएस के मर्सी में है. उसको हिंदी में मैं आई डोंट नो, आई थिंक यू गाइस अंडरस्टैंड ना व्हाट डज इट मीन. वो मर्सी में है, किसकी मर्सी में है, किसके हाथ में है? नेटो एंड यूएस के. कौन है? यूरोप है. एंड यूरोस डिफेंस इंडस्ट्री कंटिन्यूज टू रिमेन एक्सट्रीमली फ्रेजाइल एंड प्रोस्पेक्ट्स दैट दिस वुड चेंज अपीयर रिमोट. तो यूरोप का जो एक डोमेस्टिक डिफेंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी है वो बहुत वीक है, फ्रेजाइल है. फ्रेजाइल मतलब क्या है? वीक. एंड इसका चेंज, बहुत कुछ चेंज होने वाला नहीं है. इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू चेंज अ मच, thus perpetuating Europe's dependence on the US and NATO. That's why यूरोप का जो डिपेंडेंस यूएस एंड नेटो के ऊपर वो बना रहेगा. That is it, okay? Second, in the realm of economics के term में, economics की दुनिया में, Europe is hurting because see, the prospect of prolonged stalemate and war without end appears highly daunting. Daunting means, it's not going to end. I mean, like, the prolonged stalemate and war without end is something that is more likely here. I mean, here daunting in this context means likely. I mean, let me tell you, if what is happening with Europe. Still, if this war continues, there is a massive pressure on European economy because the dependence are there on Russia, was there, right, for crude oil. So that supply is completely disrupted. So think about the inflation because they had to export, they had to import, not export, they had to import this crude oil, okay, so that their energy requirement is met, right? So they had to find alternative source, and in this time, I mean, to find alternative source in a very short time, that means all the European countries will be running after that alternative source. So what does it mean? It means the demand will be more than the supply. So what does it mean again? The crude oil price is going to go over the top, is going to increase. So crude oil का प्राइस क्या होगा? इंक्रीज होगा. यदि क्रूड ऑयल की प्राइस इंक्रीज है, ओवरऑल इकोनॉमी में इन्फ्लेशन आएगा, महंगाई हो जाएगा, प्राइस का ओवरऑल जो लिमिट है उसको क्रॉस कर जाएगा, जो एक अपर टॉलरेंस लिमिट है. आरबीआई का सेट करने वाला जो लिमिट है, आरबीआई, इफ इट इज आरबीआई सेट की जो 6% का लिमिट है, उसके ऊपर यदि इन्फ्लेशन का लिमिट रहता है, प्राइस का इंक्रीज का रेट रहता है, तो वो इन्फ्लेशन कह जाता है. तो उसका इफेक्ट और भी ज्यादा रहेगा यूरोप के ऊपर. ओके, आई मेंशन रीजन. सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट्स मेंशन्ड हियर. So that's saying, in the realm of economics, these European leaders, including Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz, are now engaging in quiet diplomacy to end the war because they know that it is of nobody's interest to perpetuate the war. To war को ऐसे continue करके रखने की किसी का भी interest नहीं है. Without making it happen, the Europe has had to make a major compromise. ऐसे भी दिखाना होगा because European people are too much mad at the war to be dragged on because they don't want to see Ukraine compromising on anything. So that's the idea. What has become all too evident, meanwhile, to not only Europe but also to much of the world is that the Ukraine conflict has convincingly demonstrated that the US was the true defender of Europe. It seems, right? And is a manner not seen after World War II. Firmly entrenched in the people's psyche is that without the US, Europe would neither have come together nor provided Ukraine with whatever support it needed to resist Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So it is said कि यूरोप यूएस के बिना एकदम ब्लाइंड है, particularly when it comes to defending, when it comes to protect Ukraine from Russian aggression. They have no power, no influence at all. Had there not been America. So America is basically coming to rescue European powers. Okay, if there is any. Now, the convincing demonstration of US superiority over Russian weaponry, and what is happening is that the convincing demonstration of US superiority over Russian weaponry in regard to US, there is a clear demonstration of US superiority of Russian weaponry. I mean, this is something that we have seen, right? I mean, these HIMARS and these other US made weaponry was instrumental in to the counter offensive that was launched rather by Ukraine, right? As you know, in July and August, that time around, Ukraine launched counter-offensive against Russia using American-made weapons. That is something which has been mentioned here, the convincing demonstration of US superiority over Russian weaponry in regard to shoulder-fired surface-to-air missile anti-tank weapons such as a Javelin and the launchers such as HIMARS, that is high-mobility artillery rocket system, has since given the US additional confidence to take on all the comers. In turn, this kind of thinking might well lead them to the next stage of convincing the world the US today can stave off, that means avert, any challenge to its supremacy. So they believe कि US can prevent or avert any challenge. Stave off का मतलब क्या है? Avert, prevent any challenge to its supremacy. The situation is pregnant with many possibilities. The Ukraine adventure or misadventure is, however, helping the US to erase images of its retreat from Afghanistan. As you see, I mean, as we have all seen, on 15th of August, our Independence Day, on that day, अफगानिस्तान का जो तालिबान है वो रिटेक कर लिया था, रीऑक्युपाई कर लिया था जो उधर का जो एक गवर्नमेंट था. And the prime reason being US withdrew complete military presence from Afghanistan, and they retreated. And the picture of them being completely retreated and being out of the country after having been posted there for more than 20 years was humiliating for the US, because literally it seemed like Taliban has made them retreat. Okay, so that picture has been completely turned upside down after Ukraine made a counter offensive against Russia, and Russia for some time was seen to be weakening, and it might be now weakening, but still, I mean, the US's power has been again re-established here through this war of Ukraine. So this has since fueled new ambitions in US and Western mind. Okay, sorry. Both the right and wrong lessons could well be derived from this. It could encourage a US, to believe the momentum now lies with it, and that if there is a tide in the affairs of a nation which we exploited at the right time can lead to a success, and then this is perhaps the best time and opportunity for such experimentation. So US now, I mean, it is mentioned that US might be under the impression they can rule the world again, and they can do whatever they want, and that is something which the author is suggesting not true, or it may lead to a catastrophic consequence for the world. Why? Now you see, Ukraine and the war in Europe is hardly a laboratory for similar experiment elsewhere. So that means the same thing may not be replicated elsewhere in other parts of the world. US triumphalism means the act of being triumphalism, or what it might have achieved in Ukraine without the loss of single American life, and also the demonstration of the superiority of its weaponry could also lead to misadventures. Okay, it is true, because it seems like US is waging a war on Russia, right, through proxy Ukrainian soldiers. Because see, if Russia is weakening, who is going to be benefited after that? It is America, because the power center, one of the power centers, if it is destroyed, then the other power center is extremely overjoyed, right? Extremely delighted. And that is the US for sure, right? But the thing is, they are not, doing it at the expense of their soldiers. It is the Ukrainian lives that are sacrificed on the battlefield. You understand that? And still, US is holding its supremacy. So it is their triumphalism, right? But author is warning them against any misadventure to other parts of the world. Okay, because they might be extremely overconfident. That's the basic idea here. China is clearly not Ukraine. If USA thinks that the China is Ukraine, it is not. Or for that matter, Russia. China is also not Russia, and Asia is not Europe. It is not as if Asia is completely bullied, or Asia will be told what America wants, and Asia is going to tiptoe the line. It's not going to happen. That is what the author is saying here. What has taken place in Ukraine and Europe cannot be a bellwether, cannot be a trendsetter for what might happen if a conflict with China in the Indo-Pacific were to take place. So I'm ending here. My part 2 is going to come, and please subscribe the channel, because it takes a lot of hard work, to be very honest, because I'm not only making the video just that for the sake of English, or for this, or for the matter this only economics knowledge or some geopolitical knowledge. I'm actually giving you a complete analysis, right, in respect to English as well as the content. So this is this is a completely unique, I would say. You cannot find it anywhere on YouTube. You can find it, and so please subscribe. subscribe to my channel so that I still remain motivated for making videos after videos, and I will make sure you learn everything. Okay, starting from English to economics to polity to geopolitics and everything. Whatever my little knowledge is, I'm going to share it with you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you. Bye. Please subscribe.